The NBA season is a grind. There's no question about it. And tonight may be another game in the endless stretch of games, but that don't make it any less important. Time to put on my game face and do what I do. Win games.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We are in Atlanta, Georgia, the home nest for the Hawks. It's an interconference matchup right here. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. A good game here would get this road trip started confidently for the Suns. They are right in the mix with the rest of the playoff pack, but they can't put it in cruise control just yet. The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to Cleveland.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
And guys, Brandon Knight really fits the mold of the new breed of NBA combo guard. He has the length and quickness to guard ones and twos, and his skill set allows him to generate offense both in transition as well as the half court.
Way on the clock. Here's Teague. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Teague's got his first points of the game. The Suns trailing. Freak kicks to Booker. The pass to Freak. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. To the inside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
For Phoenix, they've gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Knight dishes to Tucker. That's good. The assist that time from Knight.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And guys, you got to love the front court for these Atlanta Hawks. I mean, Al Horford and Paul Millsap both give up a few inches in terms of height, but you won't find a more skilled and versatile front court in the NBA.
Splitters checked in for Al Horford. Alex Len's checked in for Phoenix. Archie Goodwin comes in for Booker. Both free throws good for Millsap. Well, speaking of the skill of the Atlanta front court, their offense predicated on ball movement and spacing and shooting. Not like San Antonio. Horford and Millsap a perfect fit.
Really, those two enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry between them because they're both mobile, agile, skilled big guys.
Good on the shot.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
There's the screen. Korver gets a wide open look. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Lets it go with the 3. Tucker can't get it to go. Atlanta's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. A floater. Land with the block. And it's Goodwin in the corner.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is really shocked if it ended any other way.
Let's take them back.
And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team.
You know, our attitude approaching the game has been, you know, we can beat any team in this league. You know, if we work together and, you know, put everything into play, and, you know, we'll be all right. And that's the kind of attitude we've been having. You know, that's the attitude we have to keep.
Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases or even overproduce?
You do, but really,
It's a completely new group for Atlanta. Atlanta with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Bazemore at the 3. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Jazz got down to business. He ended with 14 points, and he was just about on target from everywhere, hitting from deep as well as sinking his free throws. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night. Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Here's Teletovic. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Well, it's obvious the difference in this quarter has been their dominance on the offensive boards.
He had plenty of second chance points. Also keeps the opponent out of transition, not resting on their lead, staying active.
Pass to Korver. Teague kicks to Horford. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 3 assists in the game. Knight against Teague. Knight passes to Freak. He kicks to Tucker. Can't get it to go.
And trying to come up with the highlight. Somebody forgot to finish it.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Horford. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Suns.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
52 seconds left in the first half. Outside Teague. Passes it to Korver. The kick out to Teague. Millsap a screen. 5 to shoot. Teague can't hit. Phoenix leading by 3. Here's Tucker. The shot no good. Korver with the defensive effort. Here's Teague. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland. Here's the screen. Dishes it to Horford. Out to the right wing. Outside Teague. The tray. That misses. Would have kind of had it gone in. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Suns on top.
Well, Tyson, coming off the loss in the last game, it seems like you guys are playing with a renewed intensity here tonight. What's been the difference?
Okay, good job battling them out there. Let's talk about some crucial areas from the first half. I like the way we're valuing the basketball. Keeping those turnovers down has really helped us throughout the first 2 quarters. On a good note, our passing has been very smooth. You've set each other up with some really nice assists. That's strong team basketball. Let's keep it up. The pace of the game, just to bring that up real quick, isn't a huge concern because I think we're suited to play at any speed. But somewhere in the middle of the tempo spectrum would probably be ideal. If we go out there and show the killer instinct I know we have, this is not a team that can stay with us. Let's up that intensity.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Al Horford has been sensational.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it.
Splitters checked in for Horford, checked in for Cephalosha. And it's Teague in for Hardaway. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Freaks checked in for Chandler. Alex Len comes in for John Lure. Goodwin's checked in for Booker. And it's Brandon Knight in for Eric Bledsoe. On the court for the Suns, Freak in at center. Len out there with Warren. Then it's Archie Goodwin. And it's Knight in at the 1 spot.
McGee just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out in the game is slowing down for him.
Here's Splitter, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Splitter's got his second bucket tonight.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Here's Freak, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
Kent Bazemore is checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And the Suns also making a change. Jeletovic is checked in.
Suns ball.
There's 1:47 left to play here in the third. Kicks it to Len. Pass to Freak. Shot is off. And Atlanta will come the other way.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Free throw good, Teague. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
They set the pick, and it's slammed in by Splitter.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
And Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
Here's Knight. And, yep, couple bounces, and it falls. Knight's got his second bucket.
And I want to see more of that from him. I mean, he's been passing up on his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones that he takes.
Outside Teague. Back to Splitter. Second chance shot, and you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
For Atlanta, they have gone a perfect 7.
Substitution.
The Hawks leading by 8. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Corver are the guards, and it's Bazemore at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. The dish now to Horford. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
Pick by Horford. Teague, the pass to Horford. Use that pick to get in close. Horford's got the lead up to 8 now for Atlanta.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
Bledsoe against Teague. And so the Hawks take the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, Paul, obviously a great win, and you're rewarded with a day off tomorrow. Tell us about the work you guys do when the team is off the court that helps you win games.
It's going to be good for us to sit down and watch some of the mistakes that we do. You know, I think tomorrow's going to be more of a teaching session. So, you know, it's good to have that day off, but we're going to get back at it.
Paul, thank you. Kevin, the classroom never ends.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Al Horford.
Yeah, Al Horford put in some serious work bringing home this win tonight. He's always been the definition of a great two-way player. And when you've got a big man who's that versatile, it's a huge boost for your ball club.
He was in a groove tonight, Ernie, Kenny. He's getting in that playoff mode already. Perfect timing with the postseason approaching. He had it all going on the whole game.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, send him in. Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Thought you'd be selling used cars by now.
Funny, comedian. I thought you would have invested in some new clothes, being a team owner and all. I see stuff.
Yvette, please.
Cece.
Yvette.
Where's Dom?
I had him call you.
Why?
I'm gonna cut right to the chase. My brother is deeply in love with you. And I'm ready to put our differences aside if you are.
Really?
On a string.
I'm with it.
Team Freak.
Team Freak.
All right, so if you're going to be down with the team, I got to show you the dap.
The dap.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes like this.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, shoot, swish.
Swish.
Yeah. Again.
Like,
Oh.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, swish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
This is it. The last game of my rookie season. Kind of hard to believe. These 82 games have gone by in a blur. I know we're on the outside looking in when it comes to playoffs, but that doesn't mean I can't go out and give it everything I have one last time. So here goes nothing.
It's time to meet the starting lineup for your Phoenix Suns. At the power forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 30, John Lure. The big man, 7 feet 1 inch, number 4, Tyson Chandler. The other forward position, standing 6'8", number 12, TJ Warren. At shooting guard, at 6'6" number 1, Devin Booker. A 6'1" guard from Kentucky, number 2, Eric Bledsoe.
And this is a one-and-done trip for Los Angeles before getting back to their Clipper fans. 10 games back from the top spot. They're still jockeying for position.
And really no surprise here, guys, at all to find them among the elite teams in there.
And it's the Suns with the ball. It's a 10-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, ran away with that game, mainly in part because of their offense.
Yeah, the ball movement and player movement, so crisp and sharp, and it led to a lot of high-quality shots for him.
And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
Rivers against Knight. Jordan inside, and good on the basket. Book it. Jordan's got his first points of the game.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Knight.
And on the topic of Brandon Knight, you have to wonder why he's been traded around so much. I mean, it wasn't due to a slow start because he made the All-NBA rookie first team. He's smart, has a strong work ethic, proved himself to be a clutch shooter in college, the kind of guy you normally wouldn't think about dealing for someone else.
To the right side, Teletovic. And the 3 off target. Clippers trail by 13. 1:27 left to play in the first quarter. Crawford's shot is good.
You know, talking about Brandon Knight, part of the reason he's been traded so often is because teams are offering great prospects in return. Detroit dealt him for Brandon Jennings, and Milwaukee dealt him for Michael Carter-Williams. There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Johnson, the pass to Rivers. Jordan sets the pick for Rivers. Over in the corner, Mbamute. He feeds it to Jordan. 6 on the shot clock. Rivers can't get it to go.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
And Freak throws it down.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
To the middle. And the dunk by Jordan.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful 2-hand, Jen. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Teletovic dishes to Knight. And the 3-ball is good. Knight's got 10 points in the game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Now here's Crawford. 11 points last game. From deep 3-point range. No good on that last second attempt there. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Suns lead by 14. And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster. So important for any team. When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of a asset. Completely new group on the floor. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. And Mbamute comes in for Johnson. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Rivers in for Paul. Freak in at power forward. Brandon Knight is out there with Booker. And it's Chandler. And it's Tucker in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Kings played some outstanding basketball. He ended with 13 points, and he did some work at the line, drawing a lot of fouls and knocking down the free throws. His coach said that this was just the kind of game they needed from him as they make their postseason push. Every contribution helps, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Rivers.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. he's still scoreless.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Ooh, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
And the second chance becomes a dunk we could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
As you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they have had the third best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
And the Suns making a change here. Jelenovic has checked in. LA has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. 56 seconds left in the first half. And here's Rivers. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Memphis. And it's Jordan with the jam.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
To the left side wing. And Booker kicks to Freak. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Jordan at the elbow. Crawford drives in. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
1 second left. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Suns on top, running away with this one. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Tyson, what has been the key to it?
Guys, that was the perfect way to start this game. Let's go over some stuff and do more of the same in the second half. Such a big part of the first half was the scoring punch we got off the bench. That gave us a whole other element that they just didn't have the ability to deal with. One thing I liked, our passing, getting a lot of assists. Unselfish passing can get us into a nice rhythm, and that's how we get ourselves on a run. The pace of the game, just to bring that up real quick, isn't a huge concern because I think we're suited to play at any speed. But somewhere in the middle of the tempo spectrum would probably be...
And now, your Suns dance.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our end. Look, Freak's checked in for Chandler. Mirza Teletovic comes in for John Lure. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Warren. And Knight subbed in for Booker. And then for the Clippers, Wesley Johnson's checked in for Jordan. Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Rivers in for Paul. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Griffin is out there with Johnson. Then there's Green. Then it's Crawford. And it's Rivers in at the 1 spot. On the wing, Green. Guarded by Tucker. Just 5 to shoot. The 10-footer. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. That's 7 points for Jeff Green. Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And guys, Jeff Green, by every measure of athleticism and skill, should have become one of the game's better small forwards, but inconsistency has plagued him throughout his career.
And Kevin, I always go back to something my college coach told. Teased everyone with that talent. and then it does suddenly disappear. And there's no other way to describe it other than the fact that it is mental. He hasn't been able to sustain it in terms of the consistency, and that's why he hasn't fulfilled his potential. Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
And that one's good.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Clippers have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Here's Griffin, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. A nice shot by Tucker.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Yeah, well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man, because he looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
And Rivers with the basket on the assist by Crawford. Rivers has got himself on the board with 3 there. Bledsoe against Rivers. Bledsoe outside. Here's Freak. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Suns ahead, opening up a huge gap. And when we return, we'll... And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And the Suns here with a different look. Freak's checked in for Len. T.J. Warren comes in for P.J. Tucker. Booker, he's checked in for Archie Goodwin. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Price. Freak, he's in at center. Warren is out there with John Lure. Then there's Bledsoe, and it's Booker in a 2-guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Here's Jordan, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam? You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Phoenix.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
And, guys, you could really almost sense it in the air tonight that they were going to come out and give it everything they had to try to even up the season series 2-2 against the Clippers.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Eric Bledsoe. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
So far in the game for Lure, he's got 11 points and a steal. He's been putting it up, and it's been going down 100% from the floor.
And, Clark, I just love the supreme focus with which he's playing.
That free throw, no good.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. P.J. Tucker comes in for Warren, and Goodwin subbed in for Booker. The Clippers also changing it up. And Bahamute comes in for Jamal Crawford, and it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well? I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
What's the call down here?
And the second free throw, good. 26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. To the paint, here's Jordan. Power down with both hands.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
And Bledsoe now top of the key. To the middle. And the layup's good off the glass.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know they're fans.
Good win.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Eric Bledsoe.
Man, I can't say enough about Bledsoe. He's strong, he's fast, aggressive, and Bledsoe is a terrifying on-the-ball defender. I mean, he truly scares the guys he's guarding. He's scaring me.
And that'll do it for our coverage of this year's final regular season contest. It has been a wild ride. For Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, I'm Ernie Johnson. Now the playoffs begin on 2K Sports. See you back for that.
Can't believe the regular season's done. Some of those games I can barely remember, but we did it. We made the playoffs. And tonight, I make my postseason debut. I wasn't sure I'd be here as a rookie, but I can't wait to see what this team can do. Like KG said, anything's possible. So let's go chase that title.
Sold-out and noisy Oracle Arena. The playoff battle in the West starts off with a bang right here. Game one. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Taking a look at Golden State. In a 7-game series, they have the home crowd advantage. You can feel it in the air, guys. Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And for the Suns, Freaks checked in for John Lure. Warren comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Knight subbed in for Booker. On the court for the Suns, Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Chandler out there with Freak. And it's Warren in at the small forward position. Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
I asked him about what his goals were coming into this game one, and he said win at all costs. If we can't come out strong here, then everything we've worked for to get home court advantage at this point goes out the window. They don't want to see that, gentlemen.
Thank you, Doris. And that one's good. Freak.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
Yeah, and watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
And the shot is good.
He's hit the ground running here in the first, putting together a nice quarter offensively.
Bledsoe kicks to Knight. Chandler with the screen on Curry. Suns moving the ball around. Knight against Curry. 5 on the clock. Bledsoe dishes to Freak. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. 6 points for Freak.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really